Have you ever been in a position where you were in a big spot, a spot you've been waiting for a long time, or maybe even your entire life, and you get that one opportunity, and for some reason you did not nail it?
Well, I would say every audition I've ever had.
Yo, this is the Inflection Collective. All of us are connected, reflective, real life perspective, respected. The banter, the chit chat, no cap is big facts. So kick back. This here is done there, been there.
The Super Bowl is set. I gotta admit, I'm a little disappointed because the Chiefs and the Niners in it. Nothing against the Chiefs or the Niners, so don't come for me, they're fans. But I wanted a Detroit Baltimore Super Bowl just because of their fan base.
You wanted that cognac bowl, yeah.
That cognac bowl. I wanted the Hennessy bowl. You know what I mean? I wanted the cigar bowl. I wanted some now later Gator bowl, but that did not happen. So a little disappointed in Baltimore because they kind of didn't show up when they needed to show up in the biggest game of the year. And, of course, Detroit, I don't want to say they choked, but, when you got a 17-point lead in a game like that magnitude,
that was
happen.
rough. That was
Things
rough
happen.
to watch. I didn't have a dog in either fate, but watching that Lions game, you saw the fans being excited, like we finally made it, and to see it just go away, I actually felt bad. I really did.
Yeah. So that was my question. Since this is the Done There, Been There podcast, we always talk about like ways to make it seem like you've been in that position before. Have you ever been in a position where you were in a big spot, a spot you've been waiting for a long time, or maybe even your entire life, and you get that one opportunity, and for some reason you did not nail it, or it didn't come through, or things didn't go as planned?
Well, I would say every audition I've ever had.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's not because of any shortcoming or failing on my part. It's just that wasn't my time. That wasn't my opportunity. But I will tell you, a lot of times people ask me, do I get nervous before I go on stage? And I don't. But the reason why I don't is when I was a very young person, just, doing public speaking, in school and in classes, I would get really nervous and I would not do it as well as I knew I could do it. And it would just eat me up right after I finished. I was like, I knew how to do it. And my nerves took me out of that. So I tend to get nervous after I've done something big because nerves don't serve me. Some people nerves, serve them. It causes that adrenaline boost and it makes them better. Nerves do not serve me well. So I do not allow myself to get nervous. But a lot of times I have gotten off some big stages and then I look back and say, whew, I can't believe I did that. But I would say, I don't think I've had the big moment that I didn't rise to the occasion. Most of my auditions, I tend to do them especially great right after I do the audition and get in the car and I do it again. I'm like, oh, that was it. That was the one right there.
Yeah.
What about you?
Nerves are great for me. I love nerves. That's why I'm always so hyped, because I have nervous energy. So I'm like, if you don't see me right now, but my legs are under the table and I'm always moving. So I love that. But I use that as that energy, and it used me to kind of keep the adrenaline going, because sometimes my mind kind of zones out or whatnot. But I have been in a position once before. I finally got a show when I got here to Fox, right? ESPN was there just toiling, doing all these different shows at ESPN, doing every show in a building, but I never got my show. And so when I finally got here to Fox, I finally got my show after about a year and a half. About a year, they gave me a show. It was called The America's Pregame. And it was my show hosting. And I felt like I did not nail it the way I should have. And the reason why I didn't nail it the way I should have, because I didn't take ownership of it. I tried to make it a show where I had a co-host. Well, she wasn't my co-host, but she was a newsreader on the show. And I tried to make her the co-host. And my agent, my manager kept saying, stop giving her so much credit. And I wasn't trying to hate her. I was just trying to make her feel part of the team. And I should have taken full advantage of that. I should have taken it by the horns and basically said, no, this is my opportunity. This is my show. But because I guess I was too unselfish, I allowed the opportunity to get away from me and not put my stamp on it and put my name on it the way I needed to. So I've always said that if I get another opportunity like that, where I actually get a show like America's Pregame, where I can host something where I really can take ownership of, I'm definitely going to do that from here on out. And so I felt like I was the Detroit Lions back in the day when America's Pregame finally got canceled. Now, it got canceled because they wanted to go into the direction of more debate. But what I should have done is taken that show, which was kind of previewing all of the night's games, big games for that evening, and made it a little bit more of a conversation, made it a little bit more of a debate, put my stamp on it, and made myself a little bit more memorable. And I promise I will never do that again. So if I'm ever in that position again, I won't fail. Detroit Lions, you're ever in that position again, the NFC Championship game, don't fail. Get to the Super Bowl and win it on. That's a lesson for all of us right there.
And I think also, there's no one moment, especially in a team sport. You can have that, missed last field goal or a fumble or interception, all those things. But it's you played the 60 minutes. It's a collection of each moment. And I just hate when people do fall short, that then it comes down on the person that the time ran out on. It's like, hey, we've been playing for 60 minutes. Everybody had a job. Everyone has to execute. I think, I don't have kids, but my heart breaks for the field goal kicker who misses it, especially in college, and he becomes the pariah of the team. And I'm like, listen,
Right.
there was a reason why we needed the field goal. Y'all didn't do what y'all needed to do the whole time. I've been over here stretching, and so I think in most situations in team sports, everybody, has a different thing that they can think of what they would have done. It's a little bit tougher when you are an individual and you feel like you didn't step up. That can sometimes eat you up. But I honestly believe that everything happens exactly the way it should, the wins, the losses, and you learn more from your losses than you do your wins. And so it's like, hey, just charge it to the game. And it might not even make it as a scene in my made for TV movie. Who knows? I don't give it too much energy.
I agree. I think like you said, your losses are just as important because, like I said last week, sometimes when you're down in the dumps, man, those are the times when you learn your best lessons that will prepare you for that next shot. The only issue is you don't know when that next shot is going to happen or if.
But you'll be ready.
But
you know that you've been prepared.
Ready. So I'm ready. Somebody give me another show out there.
Look at I'm saying. Look at Mike. Is this he's shooting his shot right now?
I'm shooting my shot. I'm ready to let you know. Producers out there, if you need somebody talk show, not just sports, pop culture, entertainment, lifestyle, relationships. Y'all know how great I am with relationships. You need to come holler at your boy.